everybody, it's Melanie Hinds. I'm your most trusted, fastest Iraqi dinar summary on the net. I hope you will subscribe and tap the bell to support the channel. Hit the like, it's free. I go live every morning for coffee and conversations where I update everybody about it. And I've been seeing 111, 333, 444, 555. Have you been seeing triple numbers? If you want, tune in tomorrow and I'll go through the prophetic significance of those numbers. But this, for all intent, is only about the Iraqi dinar, the summary of the Iraqi dinar. I do think it's the first wave of the wealth transfer. God told me there's 4 wealth transfers, and Kim Clement has prophesied that the Iraqi dinar would revalue after there was a break in the financial system in the Middle East. We all know what that break in financial system is. At least if you're in part of my channel, you'll know, because I used to work for Pricewaterhouse. I was an auditor. I audited lots of government entities, banks, and really huge companies. And this is what's going to happen. My husband got me this. Santa brought this as one of my new things. It's a pad with a thing. And I went into this in detail this morning. If you want to see what I said about this, there's a link at the end of this video for my live stream this morning. Go to the bottom, look at the timestamps. You'll be able to go right to this whiteboard where I explain the differences, because the transfers, the dollar transfers out. There was $1 billion of transfers last week. That was the latest report out of the Central Bank of Iraq. And that last transfer was indeed on Christmas Eve, along with all those laws that I brought to you that they passed on that day before the holiday. So now Kurdistan's on holiday till January. Of course, the Forex is down until tomorrow night at 5. I will do my next summary tomorrow night after 5. We'll see where we're at. But for today, I just wanted to give you this background that I went through in detail about how those new digital systems, which we would call, here in America, you've probably heard of it, it's called the quantum financial system. It's in place in Iraq. It was first in place in my opinion, it was first in place in Tunisia? I don't know, 12 million people in that country. 48 million as of the latest census in Iraq. Then they're talking about Turkey, and now we just found out that a U.S. Treasury delegation just went to the CBI today. So we're being trained on it. Our U.S. Treasury people are being trained on their fancy-dancy systems and how they track their payments, how they get the bad guys, because you got to follow the money. That's how everybody finds the bad guys. And so I went in detail about this, so it's worthy to go to my detailed summary and hear my perspective on what I believe is going on, because it's very clear when you have my auditing background. So now, this afternoon, he sent me one more article, and it was about the government is requesting that they amend the 2025 budget law on the Kurdistan oil. You know, Kurdistan is required to submit their proceeds to the Baghdad, the government of Iraq, and then they give it back in terms of different things. So they want to amend it. So we'll see what that happens. That's political. I focus on the financial piece. Now we go to the summary of everybody else. I'm the only one who summarizes everything. This could have rumors, but all my intel is always truth, facts, and optimism. I have a new intel guru. His name is, well, Jack gets in the chat. He's very key to the intel guru piece of my channel. And then there's a Mr. T who showed up, who actually participated in the Kuwaiti dinar, and he also participated when the Swiss franc depegged from the euro. He picked it out, nobody else saw it, and he earned $700,000 in 3 minutes, and he provided the receipts. So guys, you should join my channel. I have a unique group as we head across the finish line to watch this wealth transfer finally come through. I'm also the only one that's going to have a group after to help you keep the money. The mastermind, the Miracle Mastermind group, is going to start Mondays at 11 after we exchange, after we go to the bank. Not we think we're going to exchange, but after we've actually gotten our money, right? You've been hearing for a time, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 from these other summaries. I don't believe in that. I'm taking advantage of the strategies God revealed to me. It's in the pinned comments down below, because I don't believe we should ever give our agency over to somebody else just because we don't think we know what we're doing. I think you can get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and I share that with you. As a former auditor of banks, I know how they work. I know how you can understand which bank is right for you, and you can call them and ask them the questions I give you to ask them, and you'll find your banks, and you'll do a private exchange. It's that simple. It's really simple. If you can read, you can find a private bank. So if that sounds good to you, look at the pinned comment. You have to email me, pay me, and then email me, tell me how you paid me, and make sure I can connect the dots to your payment, and then you'll get those strategies this weekend. That'll be great. So now, here we go to the rest of the summary. This is Mountain Goat. Didn't I tell everyone years ago that Iraq is going to be a central hub for the Middle East? Let me correct myself. insane. It is now a central hub only. It is not yet fully geared up and running to its potential. 85 docking stations for freight ships at the Port of Fa, and only 5 are now open. Imagine when all 85 slips are operational. The amount of freight that will flow through this Port of Fa is amazing. Newshound Samson, a different scenario. Washington Post says Baghdad will request that U.S. forces remain in Iraq. That's because of the Syria. I think it's because of Syria. They're training right now, according to my sources on the ground there, they're training soldiers from Syria to go. They've already sent 1,000 back after they've been trained. They want to keep Syria stable, and Iraq is a stabilizing force in that area. And that's another reason why I think they're going to leverage that to get a revalued currency. That's what I think. Again, this is all my perspective on all the information. Very analytical mind here. You can't be an auditor without it. So Frank 26, I love him. It says, Mr. Sammy, the key here will be when the auctions stop and when we feel like it will be either the 28th or 29th. Guys, it remains to be seen because the CBI has washed their hands of the auction. They pushed it down into the banks that are participating in that banking system. The private banks that are participating in the QFS system, they're the only ones that can do these transfers now. CBI has given control down to them, but the CBI is the mothership keeping an eye on all this. Because why? The transactions can be audited as they go through. They're not released until they find out that they're not going to the bad men. Versus the past old outdated system where they had to pour through transactions after the money already reached the hands of the bad guy. Then they had to go get the bad guys and go track down the money. It's a much better system. That's why Iraq is going to be secure and stable. Okay. Hi, Roxy. Do you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to say hi to the people? So when you understand the systems, which I think I have this unique insight, you should check out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. After church, you should watch a replay if you can't go with us live. I go live right around 9 a.m., 9:30. So Mark Z says, within days, business confused with the dollar exchange rates expect to rise in parallel market. Businesses are trying to figure out how to price things. I bet they are. You know why? I'll give you some other insight before I go off here that you need to, so just hang out and I'll give you the other insights I got where the purchasing power over there, according to the accountants on base, the purchasing power of the citizens participating with the new cards, just the citizens that are participating, they have an increased purchasing power of 10 cents. Nothing to do with the currency. If you're participating with the new cards, you have an incentive, just like these banks have an incentive. They can do those transfers. Again, nobody else is saying this, I know. So if you want more detail, I will provide a link to my morning. I went through the analysis in detail. It's like an hour and a half, but I do have timestamps so you can be efficient in looking at that. And Saturday night, what else are you going to look at? Rather than watching tele-live-vision or pre-programming on TV, you should do your research and go to the video at the very end of this video. Bruce comes out. We know him. Bruce has, I think, 18 million listeners. He talks on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. He chimes in here. We did hear from a group of very informed individuals that are part of this process. They're part of the release. They said the release is coming very shortly. What does it mean? Well, in this case, it means a couple of days. Releases are coming very shortly. It's coming. What I've heard since then, and these were extremely valuable people that were bringing this to us, the highest of the high, we are looking for a green light from Treasury / Wells Fargo to release this to us over the next couple days. Let's see what happens over the weekend. Yep, we're all in a wait and see mode. I say when you go to sleep tonight, visualize what your life's like after this. It will help you manifest it. Because if you believe that God promises faith as a mustard seed can move the mountain, you got to forgive your enemies. Then you go to God in prayer, ask for what you want, but you got to forgive your enemies. Forgive them, Lord, surrender them to him and ask that God bless them. And then you go into God, ask him to bring you this wealth transfer and ask him for a sign, and he will give you a sign. Frank 26, we are at a point that we now expect a lock to give us a speech anytime now about this revalue. So guys, we just have to wait. I know Mark Z said last night, I'm hearing rumors from groups attached to the Indian nations, I'm Cherokee, that they are being told to prep for imminent release. It could be within days. Similar mechanisms are being reenacted to when Kuwait revalued. Some Indian nations did very well when Kuwait revalued. This has me really excited. Everybody's excited, guys. That's why I didn't want to leave tonight, even with the markets really not open, without giving you this pivotal summary and telling you you can get more information on this so you have a better understanding of what's going on with the purchasing power of the Iraqi citizens. Nobody else has reported on, I think, because they just don't really understand it. And but when you crunch the numbers and you're on the street in Iraq, you can understand it. So guys, I love you all. Let me know what you think down below. And what are you having for dinner? We're celebrating tonight. We're having turkey pot pie and some kind of mac and cheese that my husband's whipping up. So it's going to be a carb night, and I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to sleep well, and then I'll be up in the morning for the coffee and conversation in the morning. So we'll talk more about this. Guys, I love you all. I love you as brothers and sisters in this DINAR journey. Also, brothers and sisters in the Lord, if you're a believer. If not, happy Hanukkah to those of the Jewish faith. I'm grafted into your promises. You're the ones who were God's chosen ones. I'm grafted into that promise through Jesus Christ. And if you're Muslim, I am praying for Iraqi citizens that you get the full purchasing power that you deserve. It's been way too long. It's high time you guys get to be one of the premier currencies in that region, because you certainly have earned it. You certainly have the assets to back it, like 152 tons of gold. Amen. So guys, if you like this summary, like I said, comment down below. Please join us. It's free. Subscribe, tap the bell. You'll be notified when I go live in the morning, and then when I do my summary in the afternoon. I do 2 a days, except when my husband works. I do 3. I did 4 this past week because I open it up to Q&As. So guys, I hope you'll join us. I love you all with the love of Christ. Please join. Please share. Amen. Have a good night. Bye.